business here on this with this taking place. Gabon first on again. Amanda, as we take a look at the 11 starters, Gabon 3-3. Mbaba at the back, of course. Kumi, Ekwamanga, the captain, Oyoro. Mina, Kabanzi, Tango, Obama, Yasat, changes with Aubameyang and Lamina coming in, of course, which is going to be important. Openda's going to be going to the bench. Babika starts as well. Very interesting to see how they'll get on today. Two captains. Bruno Ekwamanga. And there he is. Pelembe with the match officials. Merez Melki of Tunisia. Assistant referees. Khalil Hassani, also of Tunisia, Ahmed Ibrahim of Egypt, and the VAR referee Abdelaziz Yassi Ahmed Abdelaziz of Sudan. She'll be leading the way in front of screens. Mozambique 2-3-1, 2 changes for Chiquinho Conde. Siloane in the back four stay the same with Ahmad Dima. Comes in ahead of Kala, with Bangal Faisal leading up front ahead of Rafifo, and that just tells you that they're pushing forward to try and get the goals, Amanda, with Geni and Witty on the wings.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is the way they want to sort of have a reference on it, because they use it well in their defensive block, but on that transition they need to have numbers, they need to have options.
Such a massive clash, this one. People underestimate just how important the second group games are, especially if you haven't managed to get any points in your opener. It's that tense moment where you know that if you do get yourself victory, you are in a very good position to move through as one of the top two teams, or potentially the third best team, of course, and there are 4 of those going from all of the groups. So it's still a lot at stake here. Gabon playing in yellow and blue, with Mozambique and the Chiquinho Conde playing in red and black. Mozambique, it's west against east, if you like, in the continent. And the referee, that is Melki, about to get the game underway. 2 quarter-final appearances for Gabon in 96, 2012. 9th appearance for them. 6th for Mozambique. They've never managed to get a win. Here we go with Gabon in possession from the start. Bruno Ekwamanga, record man for the Panthers in the number of matches that he's actually played for his country. Incredible 111. Long ball down towards Aubameyang. Gets the start today, of course, along with Mario Lamina of Galatasaray. These 2 players brought off the bench after they went 1-0 down against Cameroon. Thierry Muyama said, let's bring on the big guns. No one expected them to start, to come on, well, especially Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, because we thought that he was still out injured. But the fact was, there was a card game taking place on the sidelines with coach Muyama, because that was a bit of a bluff, wasn't it? Everybody was in shock.
Yeah, everybody was shocked. I mean, as a coach. And in football, these are mind games. These are tactical mind games, and it becomes very important. But of course, I think Gabon are indeed desperate for those maximum points, just ahead of maybe their last encounter against Ivory Coast, which is sure going to be a cracker of a game.
It's going to be sensational, isn't it? And, I think that, the box of fireworks are going to explode when we get round to the final group games, and everybody's going to be going, wow, look at this. This is a fine spectacle that we're witnessing here in Morocco, in the Kingdom of Morocco, which is providing us with plenty of fireworks already. But wait until we get to that final round of games. Gabon on the attack. Nice work with a chance to try and get a shot in, but it's been set up. There's the shot. It's a wonderful save, parried away there by Ellen Silwani. But the danger coming from Gabon, finding a little bit of space. Just look at that shot that came in. Love the way that Kanga moves up into that attack role and says, I got a bit of space, I'm going to have a pop a goal.
Yep, a key role for Kanga to play. Whips that one quite nicely, forces a save from the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper had such an exceptional match, 8.5% and 3 key saves. And I think he's going to be quite instrumental.
There's the low corner coming in. It has been picked up once again. Potentially another shot. Well, they mean business out here today. You can just get that feeling. Picked up by Aubameyang. Left foot over the far towards away from the goalkeeper. Not as such. Silouan doing a brilliant job in collecting that. And they get it shifted up deep into enemy territory. Again, all kept in fact, and hoofed down into the corner.
Yeah, I was quite impressed by Silouan, the goalkeeper. In his previous match, like I said, 4 key saves, 4 blocks as well, quite instrumental. I think he really did well in terms of keeping Mozambique in the match. And I think this afternoon as well, Gabon are surely going to try and force him into a lot of saves, and his awareness, seen just his high claims already. He looks like a goalkeeper who can position himself quite well in that 18-yard box.
Yeah, definitely. Silouan just going to be quite important out here today. Holding thoughts at the back, of course. Battle in the midfield is going to be high octane as well, with Mozambique picking it up, and there's Fizal, just gets knocked down, still manages to get the ball out to the right hand side to Gima. Down the right side they go. And he's got a wonderful ability to just take on players, puts it on his left foot, and it does take a deflection. It'll go out for a corner. There's one thing that player likes to do. Cipriano Geni is a player fully capable of just causing issues on that right hand side. He takes on players as well. As we take a look at that shot that came in, beautifully struck, wasn't it? It was heading towards the goal.
Yep, he lined it up quite nicely. Good balance, good power behind the ball as well. And you're definitely going to see so much more from him. Is the kind of box-to-box player you want. That is Kanga. If it is that he finds himself with that much space, he needs to make sure he gets those on target.
A little bit of a breeze down there, as you can see, as Geni comes across, and he'll try and whip this in. The Sporting player based in Portugal. Players coming up with Mexer and co, ready to try and latch onto this. Oh, it doesn't manage to get any height, but a little bit of velocity. There's a foul, little bit of contact there, just on Kanga, and the free kick will go for the Panthers. Sunderland centre-back, Renildo, just getting in the way of Kanga. Playing in the English Premier League, of course, in a 7th. Sunderland doing so well, having just gained promotion. Lovely little touch there. The ball comes out. It's gone way over the top and out to play. Otherwise, that would have been the ideal scenario there for that man Poco, who's got pace, he's got verve, he's got swagger. Amanda, I like the way that he plays. Glad to see him back. He got kind of sacrificed after 33 minutes to have Lamina and Aubameyang come on, but we want to see him a little bit more, working with those players rather than not.
100%, and I think his involvements are going to be very important, especially on this right flank, just to give a little bit of balance. They're trying to work on combinations. Gabon are a team that like to overload the left-hand side, and that immediate diagonal pass as a switch, it becomes very important.
The long ball going up towards the Mambas forwards as it comes out to the right hand side. The delivery, it's a header, but it's not latched onto perfectly. But you can see that there was Whitty's coming across, and he's trying to get that flashing header towards goal. Just kind of skimmed off his head rather than making prominent contact that would have provided Baba with a thunderous effort to try and deal with.
Yeah, and I mean, you have to applaud the late runs because he's coming from a very deep run that is behind the likes of Pelembe, so he has to cover so much more ground to get into the box.
Gabon. Oh, that's a good deep ball. That's nicely done, beating Langer down the right-hand side. And couldn't quite race onto that, but that's the no foul given. Mexa there to deal with it. Sorry, Gima. And there's the ball down the left-hand side as Mozambique go on a little bit of a wander. It's been picked up by Whitty, who will cut in from the left and go into the middle. He likes to put that ball on his right foot as well. On that occasion, he just got enveloped by a pair of Gabonese defenders. Difficult to sneak out of.
Captain fantastic, always giving the cover. Just a 2v1 sort of situation, and of course you have to win those if you are Gabon.
Aubameyang. Sorry, Oyono gets the ball back to Ekwelemanga. 150 matches played for the Bluebirds of Cardiff City between 2014-2019. Nearly as many caps played for his country. Incredible. Picked up by Mozambique. Good ball down here now, and a chance. Faisal can't race onto that, and it goes out for a throw-in. Dealt with once again by Ekwelemanga. 19th year playing for the national team. I mean, wrap your head around that, people. That's incredible.
It's incredible. That is consistency of high level.
There are players who weren't even born when he started. You know, here at AFCON. And then we've got Pelembe.
Yeah.
Who's 42. Come on, we love it.
Yeah.
Ball back in Mexa's possession. Based in Ankara in Turkey. Born in Maputo. Spent a lot of time playing up in Brittany and in Western France. 6 seasons playing for Stade Rennais, the city of Rennes, the beautiful city of Rennes in France. Ball goes out, it'll be a throw-in for Mozambique. We'll get to see the two coaches who are not so animated just yet, just trying to understand, interpret, you know, pass on bits of information and advice as much as they can, little adjustments, you know, before something radical takes place in the second half, depending on the scenario and the scoreline. But Chiquinho Conde, 60 years of age, been with Mambas since 2021. That's a high ball over the top. Oh, two Gabonese players just in front of Ernan Silouani, who did look spooked with that ball that floated over the top.
Not at all. And that's the awareness, it's positioning, it's reading the game, and just being able to anticipate the danger.
Problem with Cipriano Geni, who's still down on the ground trying to get himself back up on his feet. That was the challenge. Oh yeah, a little kick there, isn't it? And they picked that, it was from Mexa, in fact. No contact with the ball, and he does go down, and there's a foot that comes in as well. So in the wars, we talked about a battlefield. I mean, you know, this has provided us with plenty of fine entertainment since we had that opening clash, of course, with Egypt playing here. There you go. The Panther Noughts are in town. Les Panther Noughts. Gabon supporters club who come dancing, bring lots of very happy enthusiasm to get behind the national team. fine voice as well. You'll be joining them a little bit later, Amanda, I imagine. Got a good voice on you as well.
I couldn't even start a Guijo back in my day in the national team, so I don't trust myself.
We're gonna change that though, you know. We're gonna get you Guijoing in a big way, I promise you that. We expect nothing less than that, Amanda, come on. Well, the referees are ready to get the game going once again. Ball back and Siluane's possession. Mozambique. Well, he's dangerous and he's very quick as well, Ante Poco. Get in the way of absolutely everything. That's his kind of game, blocking, racing, and pinching the ball, of course. It's been picked up here. Gabon, couldn't thread the ball through. Picks it up once again. There's a little attempt at a wander through. Dennis Bawanga will expect a lot from him today. Haven't really spoken him just yet, but so dangerous. Ball comes out wide. Bika getting involved. Lovely attempt from Kanga to just thread the ball through. That was the idea. You can understand that, you know, when you've got players who are just coming away from their markers, they're peeling off their markers, they've got to control the ball and just keep it tight, because you know that any little mishap in terms of control, and you know they just lose possession as quickly as you found it.
Yeah, absolutely. High ball rotation does really demand absolute control and precision in your passing.
It's all about that first touch. Bruno Langa, Paphos, based in Cyprus. Team who's just managed to qualify for the UEFA Champions League for the very first time. And doing a brilliant job, of course. The team that knocked out Red Star Belgrade in qualifiers. The giant from Serbia. Oh, a little collision, bit of contact. And again, they're just finding themselves on the ground and getting clobbered. This is Geni once again. Just have to be a little bit careful there. Bawanga this time, just bringing down Geni. You know, if he gets clobbered like that a few more times, he's going to be, hobbling off the pitch at one point. Hopefully at the end of the, after the final whistle. But such an important cog in that middle area.
And I think they realize the danger that is Geni. They know that once he gets the ball, he wants to drift inside and probably release that diagonal pass.
High ball trying to go over the top towards Langa. It's dealt with at the back. Oyono, the Frosinone player, won back by Mozambique. Decent block from Oyono, gets back. Corner it is for Mozambique. First ever meeting in an Africa Cup of Nations for these two countries, Gabon and Mozambique. They have played against each other before, of course. Last time was a World Cup qualifier in 2015. Taken quickly. Picked up by Langa. There's the ball. It's brought back over there. Maxa couldn't get on the end of it. Sorry, Guima couldn't get on the end of it. That's a wasted opportunity. That is the crossfield ball with no one really reading the scenario. Enables Gabon to just say, let's just calm things down. Let's play our way.
I think it's all just about telepathy. If it is that you're on the left, you should know that diagonal pass coming. It's something that they've been training, they've been working on. We've seen Pelembe as well, just trying to play that blind ball without even noticing if Langa's going on the overlap.
Just sneaking over the line, Kanga unable to keep that in play. Yeah, but sometimes, you know, telepathy doesn't work, does it? It works when players have so much time playing together to the point of, you know, where they can play with their eyes closed and, you know, the message is very clear. You have to have, that synergy, that ability to understand exactly what you're trying to do. And on the national team level, it's not the case for every player that they get the chance to spend that much time playing it with each other. That's a good through ball to Faisal. Down with at the back. Look at that for streamlined, clinical work at the back from that man, Mario Lemina.
And we were just asking ourselves if it is that Lemina is definitely going to take up that centre-back position, because he's much more of a creative player. But just goes to how he is.
Now, that's a fantastic attitude to have, isn't it? To be able to, just move into pretty much any position. And when you're a creative midfielder, to actually go back into that centre-back position, that's just not easy. That's not an easy fix. So you've got to really be able to understand, how you can and what you've got to do. And it's not an easy job.
Not easy at all, but I think the advantage that Lamine does now have is the fact that he's much more of a ball player. The build-up from the back can be much more assertive. He knows when to make those deep searching passes if necessary.
Well, a little pinch possession and a chance for Mozambique going forward. There's a great opportunity, pushed a little bit too far. Lamina clears the ball. That was a golden opportunity there for Geni. Have to exploit that. It's a one-on-one scenario. You've got to at least take a shot, but you can't push the ball that far forward because Baba was there to deal with it. And at the other end, danger lurking. Babika tries to get the ball across. It's not to anybody's feet and diffused before it really did spark any fire in the final third.
A little bit of complacency from Gabon, just being pickpocketed, affording an opportunity for Mozambique, but absolutely correct. Any 1v1 situation, just a strong touch leading him down.
Nudged off the ball is Amade, and it's another long ball at centre field. Again, Lamina quite happy to be in that role for the time being. Looking pretty good in that position too. Met by Mexer. Back to Kalila. Here he is, the centre back. There's a foul there. And this time it's the veteran Elias Lembe. Of course, spent a large spell of his career down playing in South Africa, in your neck of the woods, Amanda.
Yep.
Playing for a Super Sport, Sundowns, of course, and Bidvest.
Oh, what a player.
What a player.
Oh. What a player.
Now playing for UD Songo. Long, deep ball towards Whitty. Whitty bides his time, good control. Tries to deal with his man, tries to deal with Yono. Oh, he can't get the crossover, but he does get the corner.
Good defensive work from Yono. 1v1 situations in the box are not very easy for defenders. It's very uncomfortable, but you have to really just put your foot down.
Yeah, just preventing that floating cross down on the byline to come over towards the front men. Just stand up, not commit. Timing is very important. The Mambas about to try and latch onto this. Faisal's there. Renildo's great in the air. It goes over the top, and there's the chance. And a glaring opportunity there. And it was from the ever dangerous Ronaldo. Just peels away from his marker. Just can't get himself high enough to steer that towards goal. But the Sunderland man looking dangerous.
100% good jump from the centre back.
Scored 5 goals for his country, 56 caps, playing for Mozambique. And of course we have to note what he's managed to do on club level as well. Atletico Madrid, 74 matches played. Yep. Also spent time in northern France, playing for Ligue 1 giants Lille, or LOSC as they like to call it. Is the attempt to try and tidy things up. Nicely done there from Guima. Ricardo Guima. Gabon. Again, shrouding the player with the ball and pinching it. But that's dealt with very well at the back by Langa. Very tactical game, isn't it, at the moment? It's the battle in the midfield is quite exciting, to be honest with you, Amanda, because whoever can put their finger on the pulse of that creative midfield position and get a little bit of space, they're going to be causing all sorts of problems up front. That's lovely, great work. Talked about Mozambique doing the job, but that ball coming across is just not the right one, and Yono just takes it perfectly. Aubameyang, a chance now. Towards Boanga, can't really do anything with that. The idea was good, keep it on the floor. Maybe the low ball on the grass would probably be better than trying to lift it up towards towards a centre back's not the right scenario. Back to Mexer, long ball, quite happy doing this. Well, there's no foul, getting picks it up on the right-hand side. Can he get the ball back? Is he going to get his ball across? And look at that for a sterling bit of work at the back. And Komi does work so well that he actually stops the ball from coming over and he wins the foul.
And I think Mozambique are doing really well, quick on the transition, they're making those box entries, the final third, they're penetrating it. It's just decision making. It's either the early pass, it's not really communicated, they just need to be a little bit decisive in the final third.
Foul committed by Abdul Faisal, who's based in Italy, playing in the Serie A D for Mestre, 9th cap, playing for his country. There's a Guilemanga at the back. Mario Lemina. Everybody waiting for anticipation, to start their run. You can just see Babika's there, Boanga's on the other side, Aubameyang. They're constantly just looking for that opening, the movement where they can just get a split second break so they can peel off their marker and run behind that defensive line.
Spoke about the defensive organization of Mozambique. They're really frustrated at Cote d'Ivoire. But once again, I think the change in formation, they played a 4-1-4-1 in the previous game. This time around going for a 4-2-3-1.
Here's Faisal picking the ball up once again. It's a first-time effort to try and get it over, but again, Guilemanga is the man who is just dealing with it. It's a giveaway ball, but finally it's intercepted. And Gabon survive a little test at the back. Didier Ndong expects great things from Didier Ndong today. He's a wonderful player in the midfield, based in Iran, playing for Esteghlal, but the ball going out to Mbaba. Good pressure marking this is from Mozambique, but Gabon doing a brilliant job as well. Picked up by Boko. There's the long ball, it goes over the top, the header. Well, it's kind of like a defensive header there from Babika, not steered towards Aubameyang. Otherwise, that would have been a different scenario altogether. It's been picked up by Witty trying to thread the ball through to his front man, Faisal. Nice turn, shakes off his man. Palembe's over on the left-hand side, tries to get the right pass. Not ideal, but they tidy things up. Renildo, Mexer, Langa's out to his left-hand side if he needs him. Palembe. Oh, lovely little dummy. Now this is on Mozambique on the attack, unless, of course, the maestro comes back and deals with it. How about that for an interception from Lemina?
Timing of the tackle. He just plays with so much finesse.
Classy. Oh, Guima with a little forget-me-not moment. Over on the right-hand side, they go with Genny. Genny trying to take on his man. Needs a little bit of support now, a little twist. Try and shrug off, they've lost possession, but a poor pass gets the ball, sees Palembe pick it up, and a free kick. Just outside of the penalty box. Not just outside, but a few metres further on. You can see that there's the captain, Willie Manga, who has committed the foul. There you go, that's called a very strong challenge from behind, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, no, of course. It's just becoming a little bit frustrating for Gabon, and hence I mentioned the formation in terms of the tactical setup for Mozambique. This time around they decided to go for two sitters, which sees Akambala go to the bench, and I think it gives them so much more balance in that midfield in terms of the likes of Ahmad and Gima, who I think are really just orchestrating things in that midfield, but also starving the likes of Obiamang in terms of just the passes. They can't seem to penetrate that defensive block of Mozambique. This is Gabon.
Opportunity this is. Striking range. Will we see something that will rattle the woodwork or shake up the nets? That's the big question. Langa with that left foot. Is it going to be Mexa? I think it's going to be Mexa. Mexa with a shot goes high. Not the best effort that he will remember in his career, of course. Need to keep it down. He at least needs to get a shot on target. It's something that they were lacking against the Côte d'Ivoire. And have to try and work on that. Because these are the moments that they can become scarce during 90 minutes, especially when you've got a well-organised defence. They have found themselves a little bit exposed at the back, especially down the right side there, Gabon, as they pick up possession once again. Palembe, there's the ball that comes back. Guima, nicely done. Over to Whitty. Whitty on the left-hand side. Faisal moving into position. Can he get past his man? Tries to get his crossover. And it takes a knock-off. Oyono again. It's going to be another throw-in. Bruno Langa coming up, the Paphos man. Left back. Need a little bit more movement than that. Nicely picked up by Guima. Using Mexa. Lovely little shirt. Now he puts it on his left foot. That's a rasping drive from distance. We could most definitely say that came from downtown.
Yep. Big centre back does really well just to shrug off the marker. Finds himself with so much space in front of him. Takes a shot here, but completely misses the target. But these are good signs for Mozambique. They are making so much more progress just in the opposition's half.
So that's two shots that he skied a little bit. I'm not gonna, pass on, use telepathy. He needs to get his knee over the ball a little
100%.
bit more. Mozambique dealing with everything in the midfield. Alfonso Amade, nice touch there from Guima. Here they go again, Mozambique through the middle. Palembe trying to thread the ball through. Guima, oh, it's a miss hit. And he can't believe it. That was there on a plate, ready to be devoured. All he needed to do was literally connect and get the shot in. And at the other end, we got danger here with that man, Xavi Babika. A little bit of space, can he? Oh, that's a very firm challenge coming in between Renildo and it's Bruno Langa who's down there, of course, you can just see that. A feisty challenge, it was the follow through, of course, and he's down on the ground and in some pain. So well, Babika because there was two players on him, and he still managed to just nudge the ball forward towards the byline. And then it was just look at what happens following that. Does really well. Oh, that's a smash and a crash, isn't it? And Babika goes down, but it's of course Renildo who really is suffering from the follow-through. He's a no-nonsense centre-back, so all of those players, he's back up on his feet and he's just dusted himself down and said, I'm fine.
Tuto Bang, the centre-back, really providing the necessary cover. Good view-one situation here for Langa as well, just to see what he does and how he can deal with those kind of situations.
Boyono, 31st cap, former US Bologna player based in France. Speaks numerous languages, of course, now that he's based in Italy. No contact, nothing to talk about. Dong. And here he is, that's what we're talking about, Mario Lemina. When he wants to just take that one step and shrug off his marker, he's deadly. Ball comes into the middle and out wide. Boyono picks it up, plenty of players in the penalty box, but the delivery lackluster. Pinched once again and another chance, but there's a foul there, so Mozambique will pick up the pieces. A little bit of frustration there for Gabon because it should have been a little bit tidier than that.
A little bit tidier from that. They do well to retrieve the ball, get the position back, applying the pressure on Mozambique, but it just seems to be quite difficult for them to break the lines. And just kudos to Mozambique for just being compact as they are, sitting in their blocks, making sure that the likes of Aubameyang are not becoming a threat at all.
Bruno Langa looked like put in the schoolyard there. It pushed from between two defenders, but back up on his feet. And again, they're just showing just how solid they are. All credit to Langa, Nildo, back on their feet, saying, "Nah, you're not going to beat me like that. No way."
Very combative, physical battle, and yeah, that's what it's all about.
Mozambique down that right side, loss of possession. And that's a good ball into the middle. Now, things starting to open up here for Gabon. Option to the right, but not to the left. And Mexia just gets in the way and stops that from going absolutely anywhere near his teammates. There's Balembe calmly diffusing what could have been, what could have sparked into a raging fire of activity. Through ball from Langa, collected by Babika. Bajong, another solid challenge in the middle. This time it's Amade who just blocks. Put a foot up. Look at this foot that goes in. There you go. That right foot goes right across the front of Ndong's, the top of his foot. We saw some scenarios. We saw Mohamed Hani with that challenge that saw him pick up a second yellow card, which obviously meant red for Egypt against South Africa.
Yep.
You've just got to be careful, the lunging tackles, especially in no man's land where it's not going to be, such a major importance on the game. You've got to be smart about these decisions. Pick up a card for that, but they'll be wary the next time. 34 minutes. Where's the 34 minutes? It's flown by. I thought it was like only 10 minutes into the game. Slight exaggeration, but crikey. I'm just not clock watching. I think that's because there's activity.
Yeah. It's a very interesting match, very tactical. Both teams just really, I think, being a little bit wasteful in terms of the opportunities that they received, especially Mozambique, who've broken that defensive line a number of times.
Yeah, we can't really say that there have been too many shots on goal because they haven't, but creating chances, yes. Picked up by Whitty. A bit lucky there with the block and keeping possession. From Mozambique, like the way that they pass the ball around, they've just got to continue. Oh, that's a giveaway. That's a giveaway. This is dangerous now. Very dangerous. Onto his left foot. The shot comes in, smothered quite comfortably there by Siluane. But when Dennis Bwanga comes across like that, you know that there's danger lurking. The MLS player for Los Angeles, with probably this is the first chance that he's actually had. Well, on his own down the right-hand side, Genny picks the ball up. Needs a bit of support coming, and he has it. Oh, he's going to go by himself. Genny gets a shot, cross, whatever you like to call it, but it is of course Equilimanga who steers that away for a corner. I think it was a nice idea, in fact. That was the Bwanga attempt from earlier. You know, take it a little bit deeper, go a little bit further and try and whip it across. Use that acceleration. It's exactly what Genny did.
Yeah.
The following corner for Mozambique. And a couple of big players coming up. Renildo, of course, is great in the air. We know that he's got the ability to latch onto the high ball. It's coming over. There's the goal. It's a goal that's been scored here by Mozambique. Celebrations whipped in, and it is, of course, Faisal who's offered Mozambique the Mambas a strike, and a strike that means the world for Chiquinho Conde's men. They're looking for their first ever win in their 6th appearance in the Africa Cup of Nations. Unmarked, undealt with, and up rises Faisal Bangal, banging the ball in past the goalkeeper Mbaba.
Yep, very well worked corner. That is unmarked. Bangala, free header, just at the center of the box. Beautiful delivery from Kenny as well. To be honest, Mozambique certainly deserved this one. They've looked really good, very well organized defensively. Finally maximizing an opportunity in front of goal.
Third goal on his 9th appearance playing for his country. The Mambas strike. And what a time it is to strike as well. 38 minutes into the first half. Getting a goal before half-time. Well, it's a decent header, that is, by Renildo, just to clear the ball. They pick up the ball once again. That's a fine touch there, just to find Whitty up against Oyono. Is he going to take on his man? Gets it across. Oh, whipped in, and another chance. Bruno Langa picks it up and calmly gets the ball back to Renildo. Langa lofts the ball up towards Pembele. Tries to get past his man. Oh, he's down him. He's been pulled down. It's a penalty. Oh, it's a penalty. And look at that. Equilimanga. He just managed to pull him down, and Palembe flattened. Referee didn't even bat an eyelid. Meres Melki points straight to the penalty spot. But look at that. He haphazardly tries to deal with this. The shirt pull at the end. It's so blatant. The elasticated shirts obviously give the referees and the officials an eyeful. And that is a massive error there from Equilimanga. But the experience of the 42-year-old Elias Palembe obviously on show on that occasion.
Yeah, Palembe does really well to win the ground duel. Upon retrieving the ball, quick acceleration in the box. The captain just pulling Palembe on the shirt there. But you have to applaud Palembe. This is Palembe. The experience, as you say, Robbie. He's one with great touches, very skillful, successful dribbles for that matter. And I think he's been exceptional this first half.
Interesting scenario. Initially we saw Guima holding the ball ready to take the penalty. Now he's given it to Cipriano Genny of Sporting. A yellow card for Equilimanga, but a penalty for Mozambique in the 45th 51st minute. The Sporting winger. His 38th cap playing for Mozambique. Looking to try and double their lead before the break. Kenny up against Mbaba. Kenny with the left foot. Kenny! Grandiose! A sublime strike, taking the goalkeeper Mbaba the wrong way. And how about this? Mozambique with a 2-0 lead, minutes away from the half-time whistle. All of a sudden, the Panthers have had their claws taken away. The striking members.
Yeah. But yeah, like we said, Mozambique, deserving leaders in this first half. Kenny showing great composure, taking up this penalty. Just forces the goalkeeper the wrong way. Calm, composed.
A scenario that many may have not thought it would be the case, but Mozambique, Chiquinho Conde and his men have shown us that their attacking prowess can pay off. Goal from a corner, goal from a penalty. What's next? Losing possession here, and picks up danger with Whitty dancing down this left-hand side, and a little bit of extra support there from Ndong just to prevent him from doing any wizardry down in that corner. 2.5 minutes left to play for Yono. Frustratingly coming back off Dennis Boanga, and it'll be a throw in for Mozambique, taken quickly by Langa. Guima, Langa, Whitty. Oh, lovely little touch there, just to deal with Poco. And again, it's Guima. This is artistry. A chance for Fezal to score a second goal. It's been set up. Oh, that's a wonderful little touch there. He read it well, Ekwele Manga. That overlap, just needed to hold it for an extra split second. And that pass, we've been racing onto it. He would have struck it first time, a little bit too close to the centre-back.
Yep, a little bit close to the centre-back. But of course, this is Mozambique just forcing those errors, forcing Gabon into those errors. The tackles are coming in. Of course, that one is not allowed from Poco. He gets a yellow card for that kind of tackle. But this is it. Mozambique are applying themselves very well, forcing those errors, punishing the mistakes that are being created in the final third.
Oh, that's going to be a free kick going against Mozambique on that occasion. You can see that Diogo Kalila is getting blocked as we see camp president Patrice Motsepe. He's been buzzing around Morocco following so many different games, and all credit to him because, you know, what he's done for African football has been exceptional. African football, not just in Africa, but around the world, has been remarkable. Since he took over as the camp president, an absolute credit to the continent and to football in general. Gabon on the attack, last few seconds of the first 45. Over to the left-hand side, there you go. Now, if I was Thierry Muyama, I'd push Lamina a little bit more forward, get him more involved in the midfield. It's been picked up, a chance here. They trail by 2 goals to 0. Can they get them a goal back? Blocks Oyono's effort. Picked up by Boanga. Boanga goes high. Snatched out of the sky by Hernan Silwane. You heard it. 5 extra minutes to be played here. Guima. Gima. Nice touch, Vezell. Cheeky little flick. This has been set up for Vitti. Vitti on the left-hand side puts it on his right foot. Oh, it comes off the woodwork. Follow-up. Oh my word, Guima should have blasted that in. Witty's beautiful thunder strike from the right. Denied by the woodwork. Look at that, curling around. That is a masterclass in right-footed shooting. Wow.
That is brilliance at its best. He sees Oyono just in front of him, uses him as a decoy and bends the ball around him. Fortunately hits the crossbar, but look at the amount of ground that Gima also covers to get that second ball. Once again, the defense of Gabon exposed, caught napping in that regard. Had Gima converted that one,
would have been a similar scenario than Nigeria-Tunisia yesterday, of course, with the Super Eagles moving 3-0 ahead and having a scare at the end, conceding two, nearly conceding an equaliser.
yeah.
But Victor Osimhen and co held on, and with those two wins, they move through to the knockout stages with a game to spare. Cool defensive work. Oh, on the ball there from Langa to Gima. Gima trying to thread it through. It doesn't happen on this time. Jackie Cormier is getting in the way. Look at what Gima's putting in a stellar first half performance. And that was a little bit late, that challenge. He actually hurt himself more so than the opposite. Just look at this. That's the little flick. And that is the shot that shuttered the woodwork here in Agadir. Witty, Chumoyo Witty, Nacional de Madeira. Of course, a fairly famous footballer, began his career playing in Madeira. Now playing in Saudi Arabia, of course. It is that man, Cristiano Ronaldo. Grew up in the streets of Madeira. Guimo marshalling in the midfield. Frustration there. Dom saying, come on guys, we need to move and just make ourselves more available. There's Oyono. There's Bawanga trying to extract himself away from his marker unsuccessfully. 2 more minutes left to play. The first half here, the Grondstad Agadir. We've had sunshine, but there's a shadow that's casted off over the Adras Stadium. And Gabon have got to try and clear the air and get themselves back into this, because the Panthers have, well, they've lost a little bit of their swagger. Defensively, finding it a little bit complicated. Witty hits the ball over the top. Dealt with by Lamina. Vezell allows the ball to go out. It'll be a throw in here for Mozambique. Into the midfield and down to the left-hand side. Hoko. It's cleared.
It just hasn't been clicking for Gabon. The combinations and the triangles we are so used to seeing on the park just haven't really been creative in midfield in the final third.
Long range shot, it's a drive. Beautiful. There's the follow-on. They got the goal. Finally, you can see what it means to Gabon. They get themselves a goal. Aubameyang is the man. Of course he is. It's a puncher, and he pounces at the right time. Under a shot there. Great save coming from Silouane, but you won't stop the former gunner in that position. And Dong's effort, absolutely thunderous. Does so well in a Silouane. So much power in that shot. By the time he gets back up, It's his 5th tournament and his 16th AFCON appearance in terms of games played. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang just waiting for the confirmation of that goal before we go ahead. It has been given. And that's the half-time whistle. Such an important goal for Gabon. Well, we didn't think there was going to be any snake charming for Gabon after the Mambas took a 2-0 lead with 2 strikes. But we can't forget about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who gets his first goal of the campaign and draws Gabon back into the equation. It's Gabon 1, Mozambique 2.
Sheesh, I'm still trying to catch my breath. What an entertaining encounter. First half, of course, but what the timing of this goal, what it means for Gabon. I think a lifeline, certainly. And Aubameyang, you can't really forget. You can't shake him. You can't lose him out of sight because he's one of those experienced players.
The stats here are Gabon, Mozambique, and they can see possession-wise we're all very well balanced, of course, but Mozambique, I think they really are working so hard.
But so when you look at the top for Gabon, for Mozambique, compared to the suppressive and the crosses that have been in 7 so called from Gabon, and they're certainly
know that they've got a very interesting front line. They have to take advantage. And still a shot has obviously triggered something, and that's what they've got to take advantage of, because defensively they're getting caught. They've been caught napping a couple of times, but that attacking midfield front line, that's where the key is.
That's where it is. It's in that midfield, and I think the conversation in the change room now is to really see and find the good balance in that midfield. Mozambique are bypassing that midfield with quite ease. They're building out from the back with no pressure, and I think things need to change.
Well, the drums once again. It's Gabon 1, Mozambique 2 at half-time here in Agadir. Between Gabon and Mozambique at the Stade Agadir. It's the second round of matches from the group. Both teams losing their opening games 1-0. Mozambique to the defending champions, the Côte d'Ivoire. Gabon pushing full right from the start. The two coaches, Thierry Mouyama and Conde, looking to try and get themselves a goal, but up comes that man, Miguel Fizal, centre forward based in Italy, latching onto the Kenny corner, unmarked, downward header to beat Luis Mbaba. A key moment for Mozambique. Another opportunity here. Well, it looks pretty senseless. Nothing was going to happen there between Elias Palembe, who's trying to get past Ikwele Manga. The captain of Gabon pulled the shirt. A penalty came their way. And up steps Getty, firing Mbaba. The ball past Mbaba, who went the wrong way. A 2-0 scoreline. Again, some lovely play from Mozambique. And look at this for a shot. Witty, denied by the woodwork. The follow-up from Greenman, smashing it high away from the goal. Didier and Dong produced the thump shot, and the follow-up from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the Olympic Marseille player. Doing what he does best, poaching, pinching, pouncing on the loose ball. Good stop from Silouane, but a fine finish from Aubameyang, who does what he does best. At half-time, it's Gabon 1, Mozambique 2.
Skamaka gets a second chance at it and tucks it home. Tana Martinez keeps it in play. Bisek! This is the moment you wait for. It was powerful and it was unstoppable. Sometimes he just defies description. Incredible, to be honest. Sounds big, feels big, it is big. A moment of pure brilliance. Bet365 are putting the power in your hand with their best ever same-game multi. You can create your own unique bet from thousands of markets.
See why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
You win some, you lose more.
Florian Wirtz tries to bend the shot, and Seba Labrovic was pushed away well. Oh, that was a hit and a half. And Rocco Heights, well, he double hit that one. Well away from goal. Well defended.
And the header was a really good one and an excellent save. He had to move his feet so quickly there, Atubolu.
Trap save to deny the number 11, but he's enjoying himself.
That's brilliant to Nubel with a fine save. Nubel flying out of his goal. Well, he had to get that absolutely right. Newcastle United have won a trophy. That's a huge moment in the game. He's sent on. Now he shoots one of goals. They have gone through in some style. They cannot believe what they're seeing. What a magnificent goal. Wow, they've got to finish on a goal. Oh, incredible. Numbers there for Morocco to take advantage. Salah in. Oh, that is sensational! That is glorious! The rain is falling down, but he would not be denied the most spectacular finish. You win some, you lose more.
films, documentaries, and the latest match highlights.
Absolutely brilliant.
If you want more, catch UTV 24/7 on beIN Sports Connect, United podcasts, archive matches, and United women match highlights.
What a finish.
Go matching on and on with NUTV, only on beIN Sports and beIN Sports Connect. There is only one league where the game is true to its soul. Where the chants that thunder through the stands are sung by those who own the game. Here, glory is never given, it's taken. This is football as it's meant to be. Bet365 are putting the power in your hand with their best ever same-game multi. You can create your own unique bet from thousands of markets.
See why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
What's gambling really costing you?
Many of the records seem unbreakable, and that's true even for Robert Lewandowski. With 312 goals in 384 games, he's the only player who's ever come close to Gerd Muller's total. And he was able to take one eternal record off the bomber. No one had ever managed 41 goals in a season before.
The record they said would never be broken is now his and his alone.
A goal and a title machine. His 10 Bundesliga titles make him the league's most successful foreign player. Unforgettable. The best 9 minutes in Bundesliga history, in which the Pole scored 5 times.
Oh, they haven't got it clear, and the ball's in the back of the net again. Oh, he just can't do it.
From the thunder of Casablanca to the lights of Marrakesh, the stage is set in Morocco. This is AFCON 2025. This is ours.
Back here in Agadir, and it's the Total Energies Africa Cup of Nations 2025. What a thrilling afternoon we've had for this opening clash of the day, and
you've got to know that there's a lot of football that's taking place today across Morocco. Lots of action, of course, and it's just going to get even more exciting. But we've had 3 goals today, and 2 goals scored by Mozambique, who they're in search of their first ever victory at Africa Cup of Nations after 16 attempts. This is their 17th, and Amanda Dlamini. They're on the right path.
They are on the right path. The signs were there just in terms of the shape and the formation that they changed into for this game, because they kind of know and expect the opposition to be a team that would dominate ball possession, that really wants to get those intricate and combination passes going, and they've certainly done well.
Boyono goes off, and we got Alex Mukatu who comes on to replace him. Bruno Manga, the captain, has been changed by Mekila, and that is worrying. He made the mistake, of course, but you take off your captain, you take off your emblematic man at the back. I mean, he's got a yellow card, the former Cardiff City man, but do you keep him for the final game? Is that the risk? What's the reasoning behind that?
I think that's the absolute reasoning behind it. He is on a yellow card, and if Mozambique are threatening, anything can happen. They certainly want to keep him for the rest of the games.
Well, Mekila of Hafia FC, based in Guinea, Conakry, former Omfia, playing his match, and there it is. Aubameyang getting a late goal at the end of the first half after 2 goals. Faisal with a header from a corner from Guinea, and then Pelembe, who got brought down by the Gabon captain. A couple of minutes later, Bruno Manga, and a penalty that was slotted in by Guinea. And I think that's what you've got to look at. So many intriguing moments in the first half that it's got to spill into the second half, Amanda. It has to. I mean, come on, this is already, not just a fine, entertaining game of football. This is enthralling.
Trust me, it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
Mozambique with Diogo Kalila, the right back, deep up in enemy territory. The ball coming across, not just yet. He's trying to sneak his way past that man, Kumi, but it's not. It's not going to happen. Guima's been sensational. Long ball out over to the right hand side, racing back to try and just bring an end to that move. Is that man Bruno Langa? The left back from Paphos, based in Cyprus, has been in top form indeed. Long ball over the top, doesn't go anywhere. And easily dealt with at the back. And still, it's a free kick there, but Thierry Muyama continues to keep Mario Lemina back in that defensive block, back in the centre-back position. I don't know. I'm still questioning that, Amanda. It doesn't sit well with me, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's quite a risky decision from the coach. And I mean, it gives Lemina now the responsibility to take that leadership role at the back.
Yeah, especially with Manga, who's gone off, of course. It's a lot of responsibility. Touch there, not good enough for Guinea to keep the ball in play, as he saw his teammates just Pelembe about to canter off down that right side behind him. No touch. Gabon ball. Attempt to loft the ball over the top. Poco chasing shadows. Mexa back to his goalkeeper, Siluane. Space here for Kalila. Plenty of men in red up in that final third. A little bit of contact. It will be a Free kick, as you can see that Amade just goes down. Little nudge from Bowanga, left hand, arm. A little bit of pressure, that's all it needed. High ball over the top. It's a ferociously hit ball and it's been kept in as well. Banged high up into the penalty box, dealt with by Bowanga. Now this is dangerous. This is a good opportunity. The push through towards Aubameyang doesn't go anywhere. The idea was quite interesting, but maybe just hold it. You know, bide your time. Why rush? Why race?
Yeah.
A quick counter is good, but you've got Aubameyang. He knows where to go. Guima again, colossal in every space that he plays. I don't even want to put him in a position. He's just been everywhere.
Yeah.
Couldn't catch that though. Gabon on the attack down the right hand side. Ball comes across, doesn't find Aubameyang. Idea was good. The idea was very good. And a foul just inside. On that far side. There you go, there's the reaction. The face out. Wow, that's a pretty firm challenge there coming in.
It has been quite a brutal encounter between these two. Lots of physical duels on the park, very combative, fighting for that ball possession. But you rightfully say something so important, Robbie. I think as reference the strikers, it's important to just keep the ball a little bit and allow the midfielders to come and join in the attack. And I feel like with this game, it's a little bit rushed and hence the turnovers.
A little bit, yeah, no, I totally agree. I just think there's sort of, counter-attacks are something different. I think, you can sometimes afford to, this is a quick ball, and look who's picked it up, the danger man. Can he keep it in play? It's just gone out over the line. He's still got lots of pace though, hasn't he, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang? And he's been showing that with some solid performances in Ligue 1, playing for Olympique de Marseille. Through the middle they go. Guima over to the left-hand side. Bruno Langa. Good slick football. He scooped the ball over to himself. That was a little bit of deft class there. Left-hand side. Ball coming across. It's a header and it's a goal number 3. Absolutely brilliant from Mozambique. Well, how about that? The right back storms up to the right side and delivers the header that's offered the Mambas a third strike. Diogo Kalila with a brilliant header at the far post. The high ball came over, and look at this, Mozambique on the cusp of their historic first ever win at the Africa Cup of Nations.
Yeah, this is definitely a sucker punch for Gabon. Mozambique once again on that transition, breaking into that final third, making those box entries. But look at that late run from Kaila. Unmarked at the back post, textbook stuff. You have to head to the ball where it comes back from. Completely beats the defense of Gabon. Unmarked, coming from the blind side.
All credit to Whitty and that sensational cross, because he dealt with his man. A little bit of acceleration there just to loft the ball with that sweet left foot of his. And look at Kelly, he races past his marker, and again you've got to look at the gap on defence. You've got to just understand that they're slow and they're not getting back to mark their men. He should have been covered there. You've got to watch out for any runners. High ball coming over the back, come on. Three goals to 1.
Yeah, it's not over just yet, Robbie, and unfortunately Gabon just keep being punished from the defensive errors, and this time around they were caught ball watching.
Incredible, the scenes here. First goal for his country, for Diogo Kalila. 5 caps played. All he can say is muito bom trabalho.
Yeah, I think that was very well worked. I mean, a fullback covering so much more ground to occupy a position and finally gets a goal.
It's a beautiful ball over to the right-hand side for Gabon. They responded very quickly the last time that they managed to, that they conceded a goal. Can they react in the same way here at the Stade Adrar, home of Houssania Agadios, who play in the Botola Pro League in Morocco? I've seen them play in the Confederations Cup in previous years. Don goes left side. Boanga needs to produce some of his wizardry. There's a decent-ish ball, no one really there. Mexa. Calm and collected. Mikila back to Lamina. That's a decent ball, isn't it? Just in front of Guina. Oh, he couldn't control it very well. And just loses his balance. And Mozambique pick up the pieces. They lead 3 goals to 1. This is not a mirage that you find in the Sahara Desert, Amanda. This is the reality of it all.
Yeah, this is real stuff, and this is what application is about. I think Mozambique truly prepared themselves for what is going to come for Gabon, and Gabon just seemed to really finding it really tough to get the team going. They haven't really been creative enough, not enough of playmakers to get the team ticking.
This is an interesting one because of course, the next match that's taking place in this group is the Côte d'Ivoire defending champions against 5-time champions Cameroon in Marrakesh a little bit later on. Here's a chance. That's a great ball! Oh, how did you miss that? Come on! And that man knows it. That was a freebie. Look at this top quality ball that was put into his path there by Njon. You have to head that home. He's done it so many times before, unmarked. And Mbaba's going. Silouane's going. I'm so glad that didn't come anywhere near my goal.
Yep, I mean, look at the positioning, the timing of the run as well. He knew that the cross was coming, and he's done this so many times. You would bank your house on, put everything for Obiamang to convert that one.
Wow. Well, I mean, it just tells you that there's plenty more that will come their way, Gabon. You get the impression. I think that, they kind of look at it now like desperate measures, pushing up. They've also got to be a little bit vigilant at the back. We saw that with Nigeria yesterday, which is, a reference in terms of, when you make that major decision where you're playing very offensive football, you don't make the adjustments going into the second half when you're leading by 3 and you pay the price. It's not the scenario just yet. Boanga holds it up perfectly. Oh, he tries to get a little bit of a spin there. And it's going to be a goal kick. He doesn't even get a deflection. He did well there, Mexa. Just standing on his man, just preventing him from doing what he wanted to do. Boanga's a danger man, as we've seen before. He's in qualifying, second most amount of shots taken behind Sadio Mane with 25 shots. Touches in the box, I think it was something like 49, just to give you an idea of just how dangerous he was and how well positioned he was as well. Picked up by Kanga. That's the attempt to try and loft the ball towards Aubameyang, who, to be perfectly honest with you, Amanda, doesn't look like he's got any signs of any muscle or thigh injury. It's completely dealt with. He's back to full strength, full fitness. Poco. It's the communication. Gabon looking a little bit more creative in the midfield. Ball comes out to Boanga. Boanga's got a run, a look, gets a quick ball over. It's been headed away for a corner and dealt with there at the back. Nicely done by Mexa. Corner it is. Kanga's playing more offensive football now, as we can see. We got players coming up, and I can see a certain Mario Lamina who's coming up into that position. There's the delivery. Guima again. players. When they decide to turn up, they're not in any crazy rush. Chiquinho Conde will be one happy man. Crikey, when you think about his career, he played for Belenenses in the Portuguese Primeira Liga. He managed to score 111 goals in a wonderful career, and for club and country, of course. Great striker in the 80s and the 90s. Seeing goals being scored in the second successive AFCON that they've qualified for against a team like Gabon, it must be such a, heartwarming moment for him. It's not done yet, but already in a good place. Excellent clearance at the back. And again, Mozambique applying the pressure, clearing the ball, applying the pressure. Faisal coming back and just putting a bit of pressure on the man at the back there, Mick Keeler. And of course, Thierry Muyama, 50 years of age, with Gabon since October 2023. Captain of Gabon back in 2000 at that African Cup of Nations. Only the second coach from Gabon to actually lead out the country after Alain de la Costa Suarez. He just gets a little bit of a nudge, and the ball will go out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Mozambique. Some changes soon. The impression that bring on some fresh legs at one point. Saw Gildo there, the places football in Lebanon. Had to come on us, a nice little 1-2, while the attempt to try and thread it through didn't actually come off, but the idea was really good. Finally, Gabon clear. Oh, the touch there from Aubameyang, and calling for a handball offence there, but falls on deaf ears. The referee from Tunisia, there's many not reacting to that. Nice touch there from Alfonso Amade. Plays for Dunfermline in Scotland. Must be a little change in temperature for him. He wears gloves all the time.
Yeah.
Pitch on off. But he did actually grow up in Germany, so acclimatized to a certain extent. And the 15s Germany team right through until the under 20s, and then only switching and heading over to Scotland to play. Battling that is to protect the ball. Good work from Kangaro to the right hand side. Now the danger man, Boko, hits the ball against the defender. It's pulled across towards Ndong, but Guima's there again just to diffuse. Lamina to the right hand side. Is he going to move up into an attacking position? Surely not. No, he's not going to do that, is he? Oh, there's a strong defensive block there coming from Bruno Langa. It will be a corner, and we will get changes. And it looks like Kambala's going to come on. Manuel Kambala. Polokwane City, 34 matches for his country, but before that the corner comes, headed away by Faisal. He gets the ball back, another chance Poko to get a delivery in, comes over, there's the header, falls out to Aubameyang. He's going to set it up, no, he's going to try and get the crossover. Dong's there waiting, will pick the, Bowanga's with the delivery, it's not bad. Oh, Eric Aubameyang's control just lets him down in front of Kalila.
Ball just coming very fast onto Aubameyang, couldn't really get the control and the touch he needed.
Whitty's going to come off, and there's the change with Gildo, who's going to come on to replace him. Bruno Langa's been sensational, and And Ilias Palembe, the 42-year-old, will also make way as Manuel Kambala comes on to replace him. Well, all credit to the 42-year-old Ilias Palembe, the Unisongo player, spent so much time in South Africa, makes way for Kambala, who is based in South Africa, playing for Polokwane, a fitting replacement, of course, and Manuel Kambala, quality player, slots into that midfield position, and who gets to play 26 minutes plus the add-ons, with fresh legs, which is absolutely brilliant.
Yep, Kambala's that kind of player who sits just in front of the defense, breaks down play very well, does most of the dirty work just to make sure that ball recovery and recycling of the ball, once again, he's quite critical.
Gildo's a straight switch on the wing for Whitty. Whitty, of course, nearly got a fourth goal. He nearly got that goal with a sensational curling shot just around the defender. This is a great bit of acceleration. Genny moving away, gets his shot in. It's stopped there by the goalkeeper for Gabon and Baba. Rising shot that didn't really test the goalkeeper. It was just outstretched arms, picking the ball up once again. The touch just a little bit too fast and furious for Gildo to do anything. His first touch, not the best, but I'm sure that there's more in the tank for him. Interesting to see two changes for Mozambique. Two changes also for Gabon, but we don't have forwards that are being changed or anything. It's very much a defensive shuffle, of course.
Yeah.
With Kanga moving more forward and playing more in an attacking midfield role. That's the ball that tries to get the ball back. It's been dealt nicely read there by Monday in midfield. Guima tries to thread it through. Finds Manholes, the London change there coming in on with two.
Yeah, Musonda does really well. I thought the weight of the pass from Guima was absolutely in. Guima just retried for the defender.
Yeah, big practice in that. Too many Panthers lurk in the shadows to enable the Sammers from getting themselves out to strike again. 3-1, very competent and happy as it is for keep on it. It's just a little bit loose with that goal against Cote d'Ivoire. Ahmad struck. Kind of, just giving a play like that a little, obviously, make them realise that they can't play second best at the back. To be honest with you, a player like Obamang following up to tidy up a spilled there from one of his teams on this occasion, is the only real scoring that they've had. He races into position because he understands spillage most definitely spells success when you're nice. You'll pass time.
That's just it's on against South Africa. You just really want to keep those kinds of players because they are quite integral, but also the opening game came over the goal. I didn't really have much of movements. So to keep those kinds of play in the park.
Yeah, and they stand up and they because we see it. These are the players that stand out. Gabon, 2 players in that wall there just to block this come through for Mozambique. Gilran Amade. The chance, Loeffler at the far post, and of course Aubameyang unable to really latch on quite high, even away from Slowai.
Buanga doing that far post, still trying to locate Aubameyang.
21 minutes left to play. They play Gabon on 4, Mozambique 2. They've drawn, and here is it was frustrating sport. Oh, this is nicely done. Black into the path of Kalila. Kanga for Gabon. Panthers pushing forward. He's been teed up. A shot came from Kanga off his feet. It's because he's down by man Kabal. He goes down himself. People race on to that, and after the challenge, Kanga had into the tackle of Kanga, and then he just folded himself to that. He's got
It just looked like an entanglement of legs there. The knee probably get him in. That's a tackle. That's what we had to tackle.
The boot got back, and he fell on top of the foot and just maybe went him or something. Score of the third goal. Santa Clara man. This for well, that's the delivery, that's the downward header. He gets it's like he's doing a bomb jump into the swimming pool. Beautifully hit. You know, diagonal direction. Will catch out the keeper, of course.
And quite easy to miss those because he can a little bit overexcited and hit the ball too over the crossbar. That's why I think Khalil is much better coming from the back post.
15 minutes to go. Mozambique. I have a chance to get a Mozambique go. Maputo, wonderful country. I should say the same about Gabon's fantastic as well. They're for the government, of course. It's fast, beautiful national parks as well. The people again, and the food's what 40 or the third one. He is one of the players who won 2 years. That's what he likes to do. He's been outrageously good, as well as Guima.
I think Ahmad as well been quite impressive with those ball recovery, just generally recycling the ball in that midfield.
So we get his boot back on it. He should be fine. That's to put it still Cecil. Making plenty of noise in the stands. But they've been on the pitch. Panthers have been sides. Mozambique showing us what they're all doing. They'll lost against that mad goal, which was, basically, a free goal was given to them. Defensive marking was just not great. They paid the price.
Yeah.
This has been different. They've tightened things up. They've been able to actually show us what they're capable of doing up front, but it's also about the transition play, the speed that they move to Gabon's half is caught the defensive back four or back three, plus the two defensive midfielders out cold. Looking good battling here. Ikumie. That's a good through ball. Obiang! A great save. A second follow-up. There's the shot. Another wonderful save. Silawani comes to the rescue for the Mambas. We're talking about, leaping Panthers. Well, let's talk about the double saving from Silawani.
Spoke about how important Silouan was going to be for Mozambique. Great save, gets down very quickly, recovers very well. Look at the positioning and the quick shuffle to the left to deny Openda. Brilliant double save.
Beautiful rifle shot there that was stopped by Silouan. He just couldn't keep it, stop it, and clear the danger.
I mean, he did everything. The first save, he does really well to get down. Mozambique just caught napping in terms of recovering that second ball and clearing their lines.
Well, excellent work there. And how about that? Gabon have scored their second goal now. Mozambique still lead 3-2.
It's not over yet, Robbie.
It is definitely not over yet. Extraordinary. Gabon on the attack once again. Sending the ball down. And picked up by Lamina. There's the delivery coming over the top. It's taken well this time by Silawani. Well, he's managed to see a fair few goals today.
Yeah.
We've got a 3-2 scoreline. But Mozambique looking for their first ever victory. And there we can see Mokatu Musunda has got the goal, of course, not Aubameyang. He just took the ball out. Substitution on Triple manages to make it. 2 goals now for Gabon. It looks like there's going to be a for Mozambique. Going to try and tidy it up at the back. Chamboko, Blackpool's player. Frustration. There is the change. Faisal is the player who's going to come off. Bring it on a midfielder. That'll be his 10th cap for his country. So they're going to just lock it down a little bit at the back. Kampala, I think, will come back and they'll try and just prevent Gabon from unlocking that defence once again.
Yeah, this is a clear sign of closing shop from Mozambique. They really locked up that midfield and pushed Kima up forward to be the reference or a false 9.
Holding out to the left-hand side. Sangamututi, back to Kanga. Sangamututi can't man, and he's crossed into Kanga. Cups feet, fair play. Realises what he did.
Yeah, defensive work from Kalila. This foul just to really calm things down for Mozambique. Is on the puck as well to settle in. Made a lot of changes in that midfield, which will influence how they attack.
Gabon probably feeling it in the last 10 minutes. They something here, and Gabon possession at the moment. 53 to 47. Ball goes over to the right hand side. 12 shots to 11. Into the penalty box they're going. It's just a shot that is steered wide. Really couldn't do anything about it. Should have. Renildo was just covering his ground and just blocking out Poco's light on that right side. Finish to this enthralling clash here between Gabon and Mozambique. Mokatu scoring that cause is just extraordinary. Just come on, there you can see the possession. Second goal for Alex Mokatu. There is limited player. Gabon on the attack once again. It's Angmutiti, the ball across. The woods not there. Gill to get the ball back, but a lot of pressure down Mozambique. Gabon starting strong. Anger. High ball go. Mina gets it over the shot. There's a shot potentially. Oh, he's pushed it too far. Idea was the right one.
Yeah.
But you just got to make sure that that touch is just a little mild touch and it's firmly nudged forward. Well, this was the shot that came through. Wonderful save. Fantastic save it was with the right hand from Siluane. And the final shot that came in after the scramble. Look at that shot, it's brilliant.
Yeah, it was. Look at the yellow shirts in the box, the goal mouth area. And it was just about who reacts first or reacts the quickest.
Another ball coming over the top. Aubameyang picks it up. Would he go straight for the shot? Well, he's been hassled there by, I think it's Renildo once again. Just dealing. There he is, just dealing with the captain. Aubameyang, the push on the back was the moment. Is the sun starting to shine for the Panthers of Gabon? Or will it all be about Mozambique holding on and striking? Nana's going to come on, it seems. Diogo Kalila's going off. Score of the third goal for Mozambique. Will it be enough? Lanani Matola. Another player for Uni Songo. 28th match playing for him. Debut against the Comoros Islands back in 2018. The South Africa Cup. Guima. Possession here. Infringement free kick. And 6 minutes left here in Agadir. Gabon playing a much more offensive game. They also got to be careful. If they lose possession, quick counter is highly possible for the dangerous Mambas. Squared across to the right hand side. Coach trying to work magic. Nice touch. Opportunity. It's lofted over the top, but it's, go for goal. You can see the gesture from Aubameyang. He's saying, you got to go for the shot. I'm surrounded by 3 players. Do what you need to do.
Yeah, once again, it's just the decision making that's letting them down. Just as when they enter that final third, they're making the box entries. The frustration is there because they're waiting for those crosses to be delivered. Once again, you have to take the initiative as well as a player. Sometimes just go for it.
Gotta go for it. And he's been very courageous out there. Some wonderful saves, I must admit. That one-handed save from that shot that came in, which was perfectly hit. And held it out, but just too many Panthers ready to leap.
Yeah. And of course, 6 total saves so far. Saves from inside the box, that's about 4. And those high claims, you spoke about those crosses coming in, and he's only made about 4. And I think for any goalkeeper, that's just been flooded with attack from the Gabon team. Surely, I think he's made a good impression so far.
Yeah, there you see the giant panther amongst the masses. Not enough ferocity in them to get back into this. Mozambique will see. This is going to favour Mozambique. You see the clock. You see it's 86 minutes. Afterwards, Gabon will be going, oh yeah, we know. We've understood that desperate measures now.
Yeah.
Desperate times mean desperate measures. And they will be flocking towards that penalty area. And every single opportunity. They know that they've got to get something from this. It's not good going into the third game without any points at all.
Yeah. Sloan, I guess, for his trouble, just going down there, the referee showing a yellow card for time wasting. I don't think you need that. I mean, it's 4 or 5 more minutes. It's game management. Get behind the ball, be compact, make sure that you see the game move.
I think they're a bit. They've never been.
That's why it's always important for every team coaches to train and prepare for the scenario in the game.
Absolutely right. Gabon pushing forward once again. Mozambique. It's the victory in 2023. Oh, the header! Nice angled header there from Lamia, but dealt with Barcelona. Got himself into that dangerous position. You know what he's capable of doing, the Galatasaray man. It takes a little deflection now for of the midfield, latches onto it perfectly, but Silouane is down on the ground once again. And now he can continue. That's twice in the last few minutes. And if he goes down very swiftly after the last time.
Yeah.
So he kicks the ball out. And he's straight down on the ground. Kimis of Maritimo, 21 years of age, is second goalkeeper that they have. He's only played once for his national team. And then we've got Ivan Urbal of Club Ferroviario de Nacala. More experience, 10 caps, 28 years of age. Urbal should be the second option. You want experience at this time of the game rather than inexperience, especially when you've got Gabon who are just peppering this Mozambique goal. And it's been the case for the last 15-20 minutes.
It's a critical time on the clock as well. I mean, you look at just how many minutes are left, plus the referee's additional time. You're coming into a match where the goal is being flooded by action. Gabon really throwing everything at it. You have to come in with maximum concentration, and I think most of the hard work needs to be done by the defense. They need to protect the goalkeeper.
I think that they've also shown that they can hit the ball and strike the ball perfectly from outside of the penalty box. So it's not just about locking down the defence. They've actually got to try and just cover the pockets of space just outside of the penalty area so that no one gets that chance to tee it up and get a shot in. Well, 89-41, that's the time. And 70 minutes of added time, just going what we just seen. There's a chance with the delivery coming in. Headed away. Cleared. Here he is. Okay. It's 3 against 4. He's found a little bit of space down the right hand side. He's got an option. He gets the ball down here. There's a chance. It's squared back. Get in! Gets a shot. They get a goal. Goal number 4. Well, the flag's gone up for offside. So it won't be good. It was nearly a moment of madness. The bench from Mozambique erupted such a big way, but they're gonna check with VAR just to make sure. We saw a goal that was scored by Cameroon against Gabon. No, it's not going to happen this time. I think we definitely say, it's miles offside. Crikey, not part of it. It comes off his shoulder, in fact. That's the reason why. Different scenario, crazy. 7 minutes of Adam, already 1 minute in. High ball is Lamina getting the ball in. That's what's going to be Oko. Tank over to the right side, coming in Patelli. Ball goes down the right side. Delivery from head from Maxa. Kanga picks it up on the left side. Manages to keep it in play. Movement up front. All nicely done. And Dong with the delivery. There's the volley. Oh, that's not met properly. Clears down. Scattered in the... He's got... Race back in a position. He's all back across. It doesn't get past the defender. It's dealt with at the back there by Mick Killer.
Un seul rêve. La Coupe d'Afrique des Nations, Nord 2025 est là. Du 21 décembre 2025 au 18 janvier.
We'll stop the game totally because there's all over the place on the ground. Oof. I think 2 players knocked themselves out, in fact. And then you can see Mario Lamina going down as well. on the far side. 7 minutes, and we've got 4.5 left. Referee just biding his time to make sure that there's nothing. Is taking a look to see if there's any foul play and whether or not Mino was knocked off his feet. We get going once again. Nothing there. Guima getting himself into those challenges, just like Bruno Langa. Guima's boot comes off. He wants it back on his foot. We've got these Gabon players. It's Mozambique on the cusp of history. Never managed to win a game in the 5 previous AFCONs that they've taken part in. This is their 6th. Draws, yes. They got a few of them, not many. Just 5. Another 15 before coming into this. Long ball, searching ball. Who picks it up on the deep down in Mozambique territory. They go look. There's the delivery, headed away from post with that man Genny. Slam away high to the sky. 3 more minutes remaining of history is made for Mozambique in this fabulous tournament, Cup of Nations history, unless it's Mario Lemina's attempt at a shot, stifled there by a challenge, picks up by Genny down the right side.
Exciting player to watch. Again, just 24 years old.
Être supporter de ces talents, ce n'est pas seulement porter un maillot et jouer le match. C'est une flamme qui brûle en nous chaque jour, chaque instant. C'est sentir le cœur du pays battre en nous, de Ouagadougou jusqu'aux villages les plus lointains. C'est rester connecté à la ferveur de notre équipe, être au cœur de l'action, même quand on est loin. C'est une ferveur qui se partage, qui s'oublie.
Glides and picks up the ball midfield, the quick acceleration, the full dribbles and penetrating that final third. It's just been mesmerizing.
The high ball goes over the strip. He's got the it's there, and no foul. The referee from Tunisia. Gabon go again. 2 more. Can they get an equaliser? Aubameyang waits for it. Mina picks it up. Poco back to Mario Lemina. Kanga with a shot. Kanga! A little bit too high. Above the outstretched fingertips of Hernan Silouane.
Spoke about those long-range shots coming in from Gabon. Kanga has been buzzing in that midfield, but of course Mozambique just need to put a little bit of pressure.
Just over a minute left here in Agadir. Long ball doesn't find a Mozambique forward. All they want to do is kick it up. Gima is going to race onto this. Goes back to the goalkeeper, Baba. Katu drills the ball away. Goes out of play. No rush. Into the last few seconds. Chiquinho Conde will be the happiest man in the world if they can hold on. Will they hold on? History in the making. We love new pages of history. Kenny picks the ball up. He's put it on his left foot. Gets the shot in. Oh, stop there, Bambala. And the goalkeeper's left foot from making it. Seeing a fourth goal go past him. They are racing back into position. They have to. Last chance saloon for Gabon. Gabon. Panthers looking to pounce one last time. High ball going over the top. Oh, easily taken. Siloane does the business as we reach the 7 minutes. There it is. They have done it. History in the making for Chiquinho Conde and Mozambique. A remarkable scenario. All of these players will be celebrating today. What an incredible scenario. The marvelous Mambas make history with their first ever victory in the Africa Cup of Nations. In 17 attempts, they get their first win.